Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here, back to give another update to YieldMax Group A distributions. This is the second time around, during this new 4-week payment process that they have declared. So this is what the email header looks like. So some leaders here, YBIT at the top, 65%, although YMAX did beat them. If you look on the bottom, 66% yield, of course. TSLY, 60% yield. TSMY, 54% yield. YMAG, 41% yield. So those are some of the biggies. Now, FYI, if you want to go to the distribution schedule on their website, obviously you can see that today is October 30th. Today is declaration date, because people always ask, if I buy today, will I qualify for the distribution? And the answer is yes, as long as you hold it through or until ex-dividend date, which is the following date, 10/31, okay, Halloween. And then obviously payment will be issued and paid out, hopefully, to your account on November the 1st, which is the Friday. All right? So let's take a look at the spreadsheet and see what the numbers actually look like. All right, let me zoom in a little here. So TSLY, let's make it bigger so you guys can see. So TSLY right at the top, they decided to pay 59 cents. So as expected, they are under $1. I juiced it up a little bit because I feel like they always overpay TSLY, but I did put 71 cents. So I think they actually paid the right amount, 59 cents, which is a 60% yield. So if you look at how much they actually made throughout the month, gains per share wise, ex-dividend date up until today, it went up 49 cents, all right, to give you an idea. All right, so next one is OARK. Oh, I didn't go to my TSLY spreadsheet, actually. I could do that for you real quick. So if you guys are wondering how much actual money they made per share income-wise, they made 8 cents per share, okay? So obviously they did not make enough for what they're paying, but they're going to pay, and they're going to pay a decent amount. They're typically going to pay around their IV. So if we go back to the other spreadsheet, their IV sits at 51%. They're yielding 60%. So, at or around the IV. So yeah. Are they going to pay, obviously, their 8 cents or whatever it was? No, they're going to pay around typically their IV, as we stated. All right, moving on to OARK. OARK decided to pay 28 cents, which is, it's a big cut from the prior month of 40 cents, and that is a 34% yield. GOOY is paying 37 cents. That's an increase from the prior quarter, which is pretty good, and that will yield 30%. 30% on GOOY, I'd say that's pretty good. I'll go through the recovery rates and everything at the end. Zomo decided to pay 33 cents. That's an increase from the prior quarter. That's also pretty good, 26% yield. YBIT, 67 cents. That's a drop from the previous month. So it's a 63% yield, which is okay. I love how a 63% yield is okay. SNOY is paying 55 cents. That's a increase from the prior month. Prior month. Prior 4-week period, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's a 42% yield. And then we look at TSMY. I thought they'd pay over $1, but they're going to pay 88 cents. Close enough, I guess. That's a 54% yield. Last but not least, CRSH. They're going to pay 44 cents. That is a 51% yield. Now, if we look over here, you can kind of see the ending recovery rates, right? Because you want to see how much they made from the previous ex-dividend date up until today, because again, tomorrow is the following ex-dividend date, so that's what we use as the next cutoff. But you can see TSLY went up 49 cents, 44%, from the previous distribution. OARK went up 60 cents, so they more than covered their previous distribution. They went up 146%. GOOY went up 67 cents, so they more than doubled their previous distribution. Zomo, unfortunately, went down 64 cents. You know, that down more than double. I mean, so that's not good. YBIT went up $1.57, so almost 2 times from their previous distribution. So, you know, did they underpay? Well, maybe, maybe not. Again, look at the price. They're at 13 bucks. So SNOI went up 98 cents. That's 191% recovery rate. Again, this is not from the latest distribution payment. This is from the previous one before that, because we're looking to track how much of that previous payment did the fund actually recover. So, all right, TSMY, massive recovery. They went up $1.56, 420% recovery rate. If you look, they're actually at 21.11. That's solid fund so far. Crash, they went down 97 cents, so their recovery rate is negative 98%. All right, so that's the update on the Group A funds. So for Group A, they're going to have, obviously, a YMAX and YMAG distribution next week. So if we take a look, using the actual yield, right? The actual average yield of Group A is 45%. And again, you take the average. Why? Because YMAX should have equal allocations of every single fund. However, I think they rebalance monthly or maybe more frequent than that, but it's going to be times where it's top heavy. So this is obviously an estimate, so it's not going to be 100% accurate. But for next week, we're kind of looking at YMAX payment of 17 cents and a YMAG payment of 19 cents, right? Because again, Group A pays us this week, their shareholders this week, which include YMAX and YMAG are shareholders. But YMAX and YMAG, they won't pay you, you know, what they make on this until the following week. So what we get paid this, what we got paid, oh, sorry, I can't talk anymore. I was on literally 4 hours of freaking meetings right before this. God help me. Oh my God. Sometimes I just can't take it. Sorry for using God. I know it. People get upset about that. All right. Anyway, so for this week, what we got paid on YMAX and YMAG, I actually didn't even update the freaking payments. I should have updated it right here. I got to add it, actually. So what did YMAX get paid? I can go to my spreadsheet here. YMAX got paid 0.2247. Okay. Kind of, you know, these are the 4 payments. Actually, no, crap. My bad. This needs to go in the new batch of weeklies. What did we say? 0.2247? All right. I'm going to go back here. 0.2247, yep. All right, so YMAG is 0.1528. All right, so that is for the payments from Group D last week, right? So what if we go over here, is it kind of in line with what we had? We had 26 cents. Wow. 26 for YMAG, 26 cents for YMAX, 16 for YMAG. Well, YMAG is kind of right, but YMAX looks to be a little short, but all right, whatever. Usually it's pretty close, but that, I'm not sure what happened there, but it doesn't matter. All good. Either way, so YMAX and YMAG, you know, obviously YMAG, an increase from the prior week. Last week they paid 5 cents, which is awful, but that was their lowest, you know, it's going to be their lowest week. And then YMAX kind of in line, 22 cents again, so that's pretty good. All right, so that's the update on the distribution. So now, since that's done, what we'll do is we will look at the rest of the recovery rates for the funds. So first, we'll look at Group B. NVIDIA has a 153% recovery rate. This is from their latest distribution. They recovered almost one and a half of that. All right. Phoebe has recovered 26%, not that great. JPMO recovered 124%. Murney, again, Murney sucks. I'm sorry. Awful. I don't know what else to say. They're never good. They're down 127% recovery, so they're never recovering. Maybe they'll come up. Who knows? GDXY, they recovered 42.9%. Babo! Oh my God, Babo. They're still at $21 at least. We know they jumped up, but now they're finally, I guess, people are selling off still. But they had negative 139%. Palantir did not pay, right? If we go over here, yeah, they never paid anything yet. So they're not part of this yet. Dips, negative 74%. So that's not that great. All right, moving on to Group C. How's their recovery rate going? Nephi, as we knew, had great earnings, so they recovered 163%. Coney recovered half, 51%. MSFO, almost there, 96%. AMDY, negative 61%. PP, negative 25%. ABNY, 0%. Is this even pulling? Let's see, open A27, AY20, which should be the date. Yeah. Interesting. What if we go here? All right, so it's flat for whatever reason. ABNY is flat. I'll have to make sure that updates later. I mean, what are the odds of that? You know? I gotta make sure that formula is good. Anyway, Fiat, negative 33%. Ulti, 16%. So, yeah. Moving on to Group D, right? Group D, one of our favorites. So, Aptly, negative 8.75%. Not like you, Aptly. AMZ, they recovered 78%. Disso, negative 42%. Come on, Disso. I gave you some props on my weekly change video, and now you're going to do me dirty like that. Squee, they recovered 29%. AIYY, they recovered 37%. Misty has recovered 57% because they're Misty. They're the beast. SMCY, they're not doing so well. SMCI, their auditor, I believe it's Ernst & Young, resigned because they don't agree. You know, they're not signing off on their financials or whatever. That is terrible news. So SMCI is down like 30% last I checked. They're down, I guess, 25% since ex-dividend date, which this is bad, man. I don't know if it's going to keep getting worse, but I kept talking about buying SMCY, and thank God I didn't, because look what happened. I mean, who would have thought the news, something like that would happen? And by the way, guys, if we always wonder what's the risk, this is the risk. Trading options or even investing in general in one single underlying stock, you will always have this risk. Something like this could happen to any company. Obviously, you hope not, right? You hope the Apples and the Amazons of the world, they got their crap together. SMCI, super microcomputer, this just happened to. It may just be an overreaction. I don't know. They came out and they said they disagree with the auditor's position. Obviously, they're going to support their company. But we'll see what happens from here. But you see the price, man. They launched at 50. They're at $37 right now. So is this a buying opportunity or is this a stay the hell away opportunity? But anyway, their recovery rate is negative 244%. Ouch. YQQQ, their recovery rate is negative 78%. So yeah, that's the update. That is the recovery rate update. That's the distribution update. Outside of that, I guess we could talk about Group A's updated house money, right? Because they have a payment. We want to make sure, of course, our total distribution is picking up the new payment. Yes, it is. Good job. So now we will go to the beginning and to see how much has TSLY recovered from inception. This means if you bought at inception, TSLY, did you get all of your money back paid out in cash? The answer is no. You got 69% of it, though. How about OARK? No, 53%. So, again, they're taking their sweet-ass time. But keep in mind, that's the problem with the fund dropping in price. You're going to get paid lower and lower and lower, right? you can see the launch price of TSLY, $40. Because again, that's post reverse split. Yeah, that's paying them $40. They'd be there much quicker. But obviously, yeah, you see they're dropping. OARK, same thing. You know, but they'll get there. They'll have 100% house money at some point, but they're far away from it at this point. GOOY, 29% house money. Zomo, 20%. YBIT, 27%. SNOI, 18%. TSM, 6%. Crash, 25%. You know, we don't need to go through the others because there's no update, but basically who has paid house money? NVIDIA has. Phoebe's at 53%. Coney has. AMDY is at 58%. Squee is at 58%, and Misty is at 93%. So yeah, they're probably going to true up before or by the next payment, if not the one after that for sure. All right, guys. So that is the update to the latest distributions. I mean, outside of that, I don't really have anything else. But what we'll do from here to give you guys an idea, for what we always talk about recovery rate. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So you see the weekly payments, the weekly actuals. So since TSLY paid 59 cents, we're going to track the price of TSLY, by the way, at the open, right? See, I put open. It used to say close. Thank you for correcting me, whoever said that. Sorry, I forgot your name. But we will track the price of TSLY at the open tomorrow, which is ex-dividend date, because that's when it drops by the amount of the distribution. So we will track the price of TSLY from that point on, up until obviously the next declaration date. So that's what the recovery rate is. It's the latest price minus the price of the fund on X date to see how much it went up and how much it went up comparably to the latest distribution, because the fund drops by the distribution amount. So if it's going to drop by 59 cents, we want to know, did we recover that amount yet? All right. So that's the point of the recovery rate, in case you guys were wondering. All right. So I know I kind of jump around all the time, but hopefully that explains it. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't really got nothing. I got yeah. I know the other funds they also declared today. I guess I can mention it as a bonus. QQQY 25 cents, QDTE 20 cents, WDTE 24 cents. XDTE 15 cents, IWMY 31 cents, RDTE 25 cents. All right. So, but obviously, I don't have a yield on here yet or anything. And this file is my comparable to, it compares Defiance to Roundhill to YMAX, YMAG. It's a great video, great series. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. So anyway, guys, that's the update to the YieldMax distributions, Group A. Again, today is declaration date. Tomorrow is ex-dividend date. And then Friday is payment date. So congrats for anyone who owns any of the Group A funds. You get paid on Friday. What are you doing with your money? Are you happy? Some questions, right? Are you happy with the distribution? Is this kind of as expected? Do you own SMCY? And how worried are you? Are you averaging down? Or are you saying, I am out of here? Let me know in the comments. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then I guess whatever, right? And if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It does go a long way, so I do greatly appreciate it. And as mentioned before, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. All right, let me get this uploaded, probably posted around 3. That's like the going time, and I will talk to you then. Later.